Hey everyone, how's it going? Yeah. All right. So I want to thank you guys for being here, even if it's a small amount of people. What I'm actually grateful for is the majority of our club members are already behind the cameras in the control room. And I'm thankful for you guys for being here, potential club members as well. I thank you for being here. So I guess let's start off the presentation. Hello everyone, my name is Anthony. I am the Film Production Club president, as well as the founder. So I decided to create the club in order to take a step towards my ambition. Hopefully the presentation switches here soon, and I'm able to show what's going to happen next. So how's it going, guys? You should be able to click on the screen, not necessarily on the arrow, but that works. All right, so I'm Anthony Chavez. I am the Film Production Club president as well as the founder. And I decided to create this club in order to take a step towards my ambition, which currently my ambition is to become one of the biggest recognized filmmakers, then come back to William Penn to teach it. And why Penn? Well, okay. When I originally wanted to go to college at least, I wanted to go to Florida, to maybe Miami, maybe Los Angeles in their film school, Cal State, those stuff. But my parents were like, nah, you're not doing that. You're gonna stay here in Iowa. So I was literally limited to Iowa. So I'm like, all right, so what am I gonna do? Then one of my friends is like, oh yeah, they have a video program at Penn, you should go there. So then I'm like, okay, I'll try. Hopefully it's not that bad. So I get here, and it was mostly focused for broadcasting. It's not necessarily my style. I like more creating movies and doing stuff like that, doing videos with my friends, and this didn't necessarily fit what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. But eventually, and I guess I wasn't very good for my first 2 years. I was actually kind of going low in my grades. In other words, I didn't try very hard. Eventually, an acquaintance of mine is just like, hey, you should try make a film club. So I'm like, actually, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I'll try to get one going. So I start the club eventually because I thought, well, if what I want doesn't exist here, I'm going to make it exist here. So at that point, I started to have a lot of inspiration, and I'm like, okay, so we're gonna start doing stuff. Eventually, after a lot of development, we got recognized by the SGA and the school, and then comes the next step. What is the Film Production Club? So the Film Production Club, it's a club that gives students the opportunity to experience Hollywood in small-town Iowa. The Film Production Club is also not, also try not to half-ass what we do. So in other words, we're gonna try harder, and each time we have to make it better. Of course, this is the very first event, so you can expect that the next event that we have, we're not gonna be very late like we were today. And hopefully we have more people, we'll have more recognition, and everyone will know about us. But let's continue. We will aim to outperform other organizations within or William Penn in terms of popularity, standards, quality, and resolve. Now, what the Film Production Club does is create at least one 40-minute short film. That includes credits. So that's basically what it is. And we do this all in one school year. That way, all of our energy that we have, we just fit it into that one short film, and hopefully it's the best that anyone's ever seen, which is the goal, really. Now, if we become more confident in the future, we can aim to create more than one. So, up next is a short 2-minute short film to give you an idea of the standard that will be allowed in the club in terms of quality, camera work, sound, production, editing, and low budget. Take a look. I'm back. So this is the video that I like to use as an example, mostly for several reasons. It has amazing camera work, amazing choreography for, fight choreography. It has basically almost everything's amazing about it, even the fact that it was basically shot with like almost no budget. So in other words, they basically shot it at a park. And most of the budget, if anything, probably went to just rental cameras and equipment, and almost 90% of it is skill. So if we continue on the slides here, we should be able to see a couple things. So yeah, skills, basically no budget, great cinematography, great camera work, great everything. And it's basically made in a park. And it counts as a short film. Since technically it is considered less than 40 minutes, you could probably submit that to a film festival and end up winning. So let's continue to the next slide. And this is also directed by the same director from Shang-Chi, one of the recent movies, which I just learned about after reading one of the comment section by the creator himself, or the poster of the video. So let's continue again. So what makes you think, or in other words, I want to be able to do stuff like this. Of course, we don't have necessarily the skill to set it up, but I want to be able to introduce people to this area of expertise and try to get them to be a better person. Or in other words, be better at what they do. If you work on a project, for example, I'm going to be very critical on you. I'm going to try to make sure that you come out with the best design for graphic design. If once you think that you have the best project, basically show it to me and I'll basically show you what everything's wrong with it and fix it. Because at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is make it better and make you better because you're here in college for maybe 4 years or less or maybe more. But yeah, if you want to join the club, we have a sheet up at the entrance, and download Discord, a communications app. And William Penn students are usually the members accepted, at least for now. Well, that came out wrong. What I meant to say is William Penn University students are the only people that are allowed to become members of the club. Faculty is not allowed, and other people are not allowed. Unless you're an advisor, then that's separate. Mostly because school regulation, as far as I'm told. Besides that, what I mean, William Penn students are accepted as members. So, also, right now, at least the goal is that if we ever get to the point where we have 30 members, that's when we actually become selective on the people that are able to enter the club. That way we can choose more quality over all the stuff that we're doing, and we don't necessarily get people who don't get anything done, if that makes sense. So let's go to the next slide. Oh yeah, membership benefits, I forgot about that. So you also get stuff, 50% discount on Film Production Club apparel, and a free enamel pin after 1 year of service. So 50% just because if we were to pay for every single club member's shirt, we'd literally have no budget left for the rest of the short film. And if you're like me, personally, I don't really care what I wear, but I do care of what I do, if that makes sense. So if you want to, 50% discount on our shirts and stuff. We're going to make that soon, actually. So let's continue. So future ideas that I have, merchandise committee and recruitment committee. Those two I do want to implement soon, probably around once we have 15 members. So the merchandise committee basically dedicates their time and energy to creating shirts, mainly shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, any design that would basically sell. So I'll also not settle for just any basic William Penn Boosters shirt. Anyways, So the recruitment committee also starts at 15 members. They will basically dedicate their time and energy to getting more students to be a part of the club. That way, the rest of the club can focus on doing other stuff. As well as, the recruitment committee is also going to be able to host film festivals. And film festivals specifically for high schools. That way, any high school, I don't know, 60-mile radius, right? Their students will be able to know about the film production club. They're going to submit their own thing, and they might be a potential student for William Penn that way. And hopefully, maybe in the near future, we could get scholarships for the club, or we'll see how that goes. But that's in the talks. Next thing is William Penn University News and movie nights. So William Penn News, that is about at 30 members, so when we have a lot more people, about 3 times the amount that we have right now. The long story short, what it will do is like Snapchat stories and Instagram stories, where it's mostly mobile news. It would also include a bunch of editing, have everything cropped down to a phone, so that means that like you won't have anything outside the shot and make it look bad. So I look forward to that. Movie nights, we're going to start here soon. We're planning on doing 1 movie night a month at least. We could do it more often to once a week, but for now, at least once a month. So let's continue. And yeah, if you want to join the club, sign up sheet at the entrance. And yeah, continue. Next slide. Officer introductions. So I guess once again, I am the acting founder and president. We also have Caitlin Anderson, our comm director, and Grace Marshall, our communication director. Next slide, please. And then, yeah, it's me again. Let's try this again, because next up is Caitlin Anderson.
My name is Caitlin Anderson, and I am one of our communications directors for this club. I am a junior this year, and I am in the major new media, just like Anthony is. And so far this year, we've had a great turnout. We're having a great time with all these events that we're hosting, and hopefully a lot more in the future. And I'm very excited for everyone to be here. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Grace Marshall. I am the other communications director here in the club, and I am a small business entrepreneurship and theater major. So, well, actually, the theater is a minor, but I represent the part of the club that is the non-production part. So I'm more on the acting, communications part of the club. So I think clubs like this need more than just the technical side of it. We also need the marketing and the acting and communications part of it as well. So that's me.
All right, so you might be thinking, is like, why don't we have like a treasurer and everything else? It's because when we founded it last semester, we only had maybe 5 members, 4 active members, which was just me, Grace, Caitlin, and Steve. So now basically doubled that and got to 12. So, and you guys are here now, potential members, if you want to sign up. We will have, we still have officer positions available for this school year. Vice President, Secretary, and Treasurer. So if you want to run for that, you can. And in case there's no one else running against you, then you can basically have the job. So let's continue. Because we also have our advisors. Maybe here soon. But anyways, let's introduce our advisors. Our primary advisor is Amanda DeVore. She's an amazing person that helped out so much tonight and last night with setting it up. But yeah, well, let's introduce Amanda.
Hi everyone, I'm Amanda DeVore, and I'm the advisor for this club. I'm very excited to be the advisor. I am a William Penn alumni, And I work here in CRI. I'm the manager of the office, and yeah, I'm just really excited to see where this goes. I've been excited to see the growth, and I'm very proud of Anthony and Katie and Grace and all of the existing members that are in this club. So I'm really excited to see where this all goes and what you guys create. It'll be awesome.
Hi. Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. First of all, let me tell you that I had the privilege to see this club when it was born, basically, and I was just arrived here. When I was your age in university, we had a theater club because that's where I was born as an artist. I was acting, directing plays, working in theater. And we were a huge number of students getting together and doing everything we could. So today I'm really happy to see all of you here, but I wish I could see more people here. You know why? Because you have to be here, guys. That's your purpose. I wish there were like the double of the people, 3 times the people I see right now. Why is that? First of all, because you have to make mistakes. So even if your product won't be perfect or as perfect as the thing you see in theaters, go for that. Try, work, do. That's the only way you can learn something in your life. And my wife and I, we have a company, so we have a kind of double commitment here with the university. I am teaching, but I'm also running Asterix, and Asterix works with the Film Production Club. Which means that the Film Production Club is a kind of a privileged or preferred entity that we're going to consult to get people working with us and for us when we're going to work on our productions. Also, get together, guys, get together, do something, make movies. If I could say something about the movie nights, again, when I was in university, we had a movie night every week, a theater night every week. I understand that we are very busy and all the technological devices, including phones, social media, and so on, they keep us busy and they keep us alone. But guess what? There's only one way to accomplish something: when we're together. Those devices, they give you the illusion that you by yourself can do everything. You got a phone, you make a movie, you put some little effects, you throw it on the web, and you think you've done something wrong. People who came on the set when I did the commercial 2 weeks ago, they saw what it takes. 30 people, camera, assistant, people doing this and that, production assistants, set decoration, crane, everything. Only together we can achieve something. And only if we feed ourselves with something that is valuable, like watching the movie together. You don't want to watch a movie by yourself. You know why? Because you're going to watch a movie by yourself. You're alone. You don't have anybody to discuss with. You don't have anybody to confront, to argue with, okay? And that's what you need. Arguments, confrontations, dialogues. So my point being, I'm really happy to be here today. And I really hope, Anthony, that this is the beginning of something that's going to become bigger and bigger and bigger, because people, guys, you need to get together. This is a university. You got resources here that when I was a student, I couldn't even imagine, okay? It's a reality. And also, I love action. Don't misunderstand me, but one thing, when you watch movies together, or when you're going to have like your movie night, please watch all films. Not because I'm not old, okay? Let me be clear. I am not old, okay? But I love old movies. I'm a young 51-year-old man, but I love old movies. And when I say old, I mean like 1925, 1930, 1950, Citizen Kane, The Seventh Seal, Apocalypse Now, The Godfather, Taxi Driver, poetry. Movie making is about one thing. Again, action is fine, it's fun, whatever, but action is like going to Disneyland. You can stay there for 1 or 2 or 3 days and have fun, but who of you would love to live in Disneyland? I don't think that none of you would love to live in Disneyland, because it's just fun and it can be just, overwhelming. And it's also, not really meaningful. So I wish that all of you could find your inner voice. Get together, watch good movies, especially the old ones, and create something. Please, please, please. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. You can come to me, you can go to Anthony, you can go to Marcus, Jeff, and Randy, each one of us, your teaching staff, everybody, your peers, your friend, get together and do not be afraid to make mistakes, because making mistakes is the only way to learn something in your life. Believe me, I made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I learned something. And again, there's only one purpose, the audience. Any emotion you can give to the audience, that's what you're here for. Why don't you think why we're doing all of this? Making movies, financing movies, people getting together, camera, editing. Today I had my post-production lesson, and what we're seeing right now, it's basically entirely about post-production. If you want to have 2 people in the park and no budget, then everything falls on the post-production side of the story, because everything is about that, basically. So, I'm telling you, don't be afraid to make mistakes, but please create and try to find your inner voice and get together and argue about something. Argue about everything. Because your best friend, if he or she loves you, he will tell you something that maybe you don't want to hear. And that's how you make movies, guys, okay? Because ultimately, it's all about emotions. We want to tell stories because we want people to cry, to laugh, to feel what we're feeling when we're telling the story. In the same identical, precise way in which people 15 or 20,000 years ago, sitting around a fire, they were projecting shadows, casting shadows over the wall of a cave, and they were telling stories with the same principle, movie making, storytelling, okay? So, thank you for inviting me here today. I'm really proud of what you've done, and I really wish that I could see the next time, Anthony, like 3, 4, 5 times the people I see today, okay? Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Max. Yeah, I do agree with you. I do want to see 50,000 people inside the MTC atrium. But yeah, even if today wasn't the biggest turnout we expected, but it was actually about how much we expected for minimum, so we at least got something right. So I'm really thankful for you guys. I do agree on Max on a lot of the things he said. Actually, I'd say all of them, but yeah, let's continue. Yeah, this is the Film Production Club. Anyone have any questions so far? Raise your hand. You have 3 seconds. 1. All right. So on the next slide, we'll basically have our Discord. So if you want to scan that, you should be able to add us on Discord. That's once you're ready to join the club. If you're ready to join the club, that's the thing. And we also have an extra sign-up sheet in case you can't really do this right now. But yeah, otherwise, our club here today is done. So I'll give you, or our meeting today is done. So I'll give you 2 minutes to come up here and scan it if you would like. Otherwise, here in 2 minutes, you can start getting the pizza, and we'll watch the next 15 minutes, which is basically what we watched earlier was the first video that they made, And what we're going to watch next is what they followed with, because it actually turned out pretty successful on that guy's YouTube channel. So, thank you.